Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of November 29th to December 5th. So these are the two cards for your theme for this week is Shift Your Energy and Potential Gateway. So the word that I was hearing when I looked into Shift Your Energy, this card was telling me that you're taking on an alchemist role. You are creating, you're manifesting, but in a very powerful way this week. And it feels like you are ready to put into action a lot of the ideas and a lot of the things that have been churning in your mind, in your heart, and in your soul. It feels like I'm seeing like you're like gathering supplies up until now, just gathering. And now you're ready to. And it's like you put it into a big pot. This is what they're showing me. Like you're just kind of foraging and gathering all the tools, all the resources, everything that you need, all the ideas and inspiration. And you put it into a big pot to try to process all of it. What do I need? What do I not need? What do I want to create? What do I want to make? And I feel like that has come into a lot more clarity recently for you. And I feel like you're ready to start creating. You're ready to start laying down the foundations. And this seems to be a very common theme that's coming up, it seems like, for the month of December, is laying down the bricks, laying down the foundations. And I also feel like the energy will really start to shift when we start to do this. I'm hearing that something will start moving at a rapid rate. Something will start to pick up speed is what I'm seeing. Because if something feels kind of stagnant right now, they're showing me that it'll start off kind of slow or small, but it will start to really pick up speed later on. So just keep doing what you're doing because you're just in the beginning stages right now, it feels like, of laying down some groundwork is what I'm seeing here. And there's something also here about your voice. I mean, the throat chakra is coming through really strongly for a lot of the signs this week. So for you as well, Scorpio, that the clearing the throat chakra, but also your expression. What are you expressing out into the world? What is your unique voice? What is your unique expression? It's not just about using your physical voice. It's about how you're expressing yourself. And for some of you, it's through your art, it's through your writing, it's through what you're saying, it's through this is very interesting, how you take care of another person. That's really interesting. It's almost as if that's your unique imprint, is your ability to be there for another person. So I feel like some of you are really coming into humanitarian roles. Like some of you are taking on humanitarian careers or jobs or paths. And that is your expression. That is your unique imprint. Your calling, your light is your ability to heal others. I feel like some of you are healing others, even if it's not like in a spiritual way where you're doing Reiki or something like that. I mean, some of you could be doing that, which is wonderful. But I'm also seeing that, it's some of you are like nurses, or some of you are just caretakers. Some of you are just even, I'm seeing caretaking for like your parents, if you have elderly parents. They're showing me a picture of this. Like you have elderly parents and I'm seeing you're happy doing it. Like it's where your heart is. Like that's these things where you're removing all of these. It's much broader than just having a job is what I'm seeing. This is bigger than that. This is about service. Like you're shifting into a role of service. This is very powerful, Scorpio. Beautiful. And then the potential gateway is you're allowing the shift to happen. You're allowing this shift to occur. You're walking forward with a lot of determination and courage, and you're kind of braving the storm is what I'm hearing. You're allowing things to fall away in the way that they need to fall away because you're walking forward with trust. I feel like trust is a really big factor into how this plays out for you, or how this will play out for you. And I feel like you needed some time to wrap your mind around the idea of trust. Like you needed to come around to it, because when we can sense that there's these changes happening, the first instinct is to fight with it. The first instinct is to resist it, because it's unknown and it's a change. And, we are where we're comfortable. We're comfortable there. We're safe there. But sometimes that's not our full potential. That's not there's more for us. There's more we can do, or we're meant for more. There's, especially if we've been kind of playing small. So I'm hearing that we're no longer doing that we're starting to go confidently in this path of service, it's going beyond just the physical everyday wants and needs and desires, this is more than that. So it's almost like elevating to another level of spiritual work, which is really amazing. And it feels like some of you are here, you're doing like a really important mission. And it's being divinely guided, and you're trusting it, and it's going to lead you to the right things. Is what I'm hearing. It's going to lead you to the right things, and you're trusting that. Okay. Very powerful. The energy is very powerful that I'm sensing here. And I feel like in December, I see you, Scorpio, working very hard. Because it feels like you're clear. It feels like you kind of know the path ahead, or you have a general sense of what direction you need to go in. So it also feels like you have a general sense of what you need to do to prepare. So I'm not seeing a lot of stress. I'm not seeing a lot of, at least not so far, until I get into the tarot cards. We'll take a look at those. But for now, I'm just seeing that you're following your heart and you're following your soul's calling. And it almost kind of feels like it's not so confusing or clouded anymore, that the energy is clearing and things are becoming clear to you. So really powerful, Scorpio. I'm actually going to put this card here. Okay. Okay, what do we have coming up for beautiful? 3 of Cups. Okay, so what I'm hearing here is, for some of you, there are some new friendships, relationships, partnerships that are coming in. And I feel like the way that you're approaching some new things that are coming your way, it feels like you're kind of attracting attention with the 3 of Cups. Like you're attracting people into your life. You're attracting perhaps friendships. You're attracting clients. You're attracting your tribe. You're attracting people that are really resonating with you, and people who want to work with you, people who want to get to know you, people who want to give you opportunities, chances, open doors for you. And I feel like this path has a lot of happiness and fulfillment in it. But I see you being very reserved and careful with how you respond to these incoming energies, is what I'm seeing. And you're doing it. And again, see, with the Ace of Wands, I heard the word alchemy, and that's the word that they're bringing up again here with the Ace of Wands, is alchemy. So what I feel like here is happening here, Scorpio, is that it's like, that, the world, your life is shifting, or things are changing, things are coming in. And you're just being very reserved and careful with how you respond, because you want to, it's like you want to make sure that you choose the right things and you respond in the right way. So with the King of Cups, I'm seeing you being reserved, not for the sake of holding back, but because you want to make sure that you're making the right choices at the right times with the right people. So you're just being very discerning is what I'm feeling with the King of Cups. Like, for example, let's say, you have a business and someone comes in with some amazing offer to grow your business, or it's like a life changer, like this beautiful opportunity. So initially inside, you're probably screaming with joy, but on the outside, what you're showing is, okay, well, I'll think about it. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll get back to you, kind of thing, So you're just being very careful with how you're portraying yourself, how you're showing yourself, because you want to make the right moves. You want to make the right choices, the right decisions. And this is how you're manifesting this new reality for yourself. This is about you applying different tactics or methods in trying to create what you want. And they're bringing you to the attention of a pot, because I believe I mentioned that earlier. With, it's like you've gathered, it's like, she has all these potions and bottles behind her, and she is, okay, there's a couple of things they're showing me here. So there's, the bottles behind her, and it's like she's gathering everything that she's learned, or what she knows she wants to apply to this pot to create what she wants. And she's creating what she wants, and it's amazing because you can also see that this looks like a keyhole, and here it's a potential gateway where it almost kind of feels like there's like a little portal here with a heart, and it has kind of like a similar energy to it, where we are accessing something deep within us. We're accessing what the key. We found the key, the right mixtures of the right things to create the right outcome, is what we're seeing. So there's a lot of mastery and control that is happening here for you. And it's all about you being an alchemist of your reality. Okay, what else is coming up here for Scorpio for the week of November 29th? Wow. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of reserve. You're being very reserved. I'm also seeing here with the Queen of Cups, and I feel like this same energy came through in another reading. Can't remember what sign, might have been Pisces, but is like you're holding back on some. You're setting your boundaries, is what I'm seeing here with the Queen of Cups. You are setting your boundaries with how much energy you are giving to other things, especially other people, is kind of what I'm seeing. And I think it's because you're trying to keep a sense of balance for yourself. I think that you're prioritizing yourself. With the Queen of Cups, I'm hearing the word self-love. So you may just be very invested in self-love right now. And so you're kind of not really available to everybody else not in terms of this energy of work and creating something, but more you're not available to give your energy to things that are not yielding any results, or you don't entirely trust. I'm hearing the word trust coming through very strongly with the Two of Swords. So it's like you're only being exclusive or very reserved with who you give your heart to. And I feel like you've learned to do that. It's something that you have learned to really master, where it's you've learned to value that. You've learned to value what you bring to the table, that you have a lot to offer. And you don't want to just kind of give it freely everywhere. Not that we shouldn't be unconditional in the love that we give others, but it's like you don't want to be drained. It's more coming from a place of you don't want to self-sacrifice or give out all this energy to others where you just end up feeling drained. And sometimes it even develops a pattern of dependency on others, because we give so much and then we start expecting something in return. So I feel like you're cutting off some patterns here. You're cutting it off. You're blocking yourself from some urges, some patterns, some desire, some habits that you tend to do. It's like you are allowing yourself to step into a more controlled or place of mastery of your emotions, mastery of things that it's like you're finding a very good balance. Two of Swords is also could be a card that symbolizes balance as well. And you are taking your energy out of old patterns and old ways of doing things, and you're putting them into something different, maybe something you've never done before. So I really feel like you're also doing things that you've never done before. That's really important here, because that is what's creating a shift and a change for you in your energy, is doing things differently from how you've always done them. Let's clarify the Two of Swords and Queen of Cups. I'm also hearing with the Queen of Cups here and the Two of Swords that it's like you are waiting for the right one. So if this is love, for some of you, if that's something that is a concern to you, or, it's something you're wanting, it feels like you are going to hold out until the right one comes along. Because I'm hearing the word like exclusivity, or like holding on to your cup. Like you're not just going to give this cup to anybody. Especially if it's something that you might have done in the past. I'm just going to keep putting myself out there and see what happens kind of thing. I don't see you doing that. I see you doing it differently, doing things, changing things. And I'm really getting the strong sense of Queen of Cups of, and it's not a Queen of Swords. So you're not being cold about it. It's not coming from a place of harshness or coldness. It's just that I really just want to be with the right person. I want to offer what I have because I know what I have. I know what it's worth. So knowing my worth, I want to make sure that whoever I give my heart to, or whatever energy I put, whenever I put my love into a relationship, I want it to be something that really truly resonates with me. And I want it to be something that's true, that's real. And it feels like you are willing to wait for that. You're willing to hold on for that. That's what I'm seeing here. So there's like this powerful like control or mastery over yourself, empowerment, where you're not just going to, it's got to be the right one, because I'm seeing this strong energy of just being very exclusive, and it's like not this is not for everybody. This is just for like the one. I just want to wait for the one, and I'll kind of just master my reality and create other things and beautiful things until that comes along. I'm not gonna desperately look for it. I'm just gonna wait for it to come to me. Okay. Clarifying card for the Two of Swords and Queen of Cups. Yeah. And by doing that, victory. So that's beautiful, because I think by exhibiting this sense of power, because you're coming through very powerfully, you're coming through very like assertive, and just, I'm surprised the Empress isn't here, because that's the energy that I'm picking up on. But it's like you're also catching people's attention. The Six of Wands is also the card of influence, and eyes on you. And it's also, I kind of feel like you're exhibiting this confidence about you. You're exhibiting a really strong empowerment, confidence, and it's catching people's attention just by you shining your light of empowerment. It's not that you're necessarily telling people to pay attention to you. It's just that just by shining your light, just by being you, being this powerful version of you, and allowing that light to be seen, is bringing the attention. It's like the spotlight is on you. And it almost kind of feels like you are just in your own, almost like you're in your own world. Like even if you know that people are looking, it's not really phasing you. It's not really, not that you don't care, but you just are so happy in your own, doing your own thing, that it's like you're detached. You're detached from any kind of outside responses. So you're definitely in a seat of power this week. Very beautiful. And confidence. It's like you're oozing confidence. Okay, let's get into the end of the week here for Scorpio. I feel like there's a balance in finances that are coming in. Some of you could also just be very conservative with your finances, not really spending. You could just be holding back a little bit with what you're spending on. Okay, wow. Okay, yeah. So 4 of Cups and 4 of Pentacles. So you're definitely being very, very reserved. And some of you could also be nursing some wounds, nursing some wounds of the heart. Yeah, and then just being very, very conservative. It kind of feels like you're needing to regain some kind of balance here. And it's almost as if it's not really it's not really about you moving forward in another direction. It's almost like you needing to stop for a second. You have a lot of guarded energy here. So you're guarding yourself from something. You're not really making any moves in any which direction. You're just kind of like being in your own energy and creating from there. But I'm not seeing you make any sudden moves almost, because it feels like you could be still in a place of healing with the Four of Cups. And then with the Four of Pentacles, you're just kind of wanting to you're holding on to your money. You're holding on to your finances, because it could be that you're needing to reestablish a sense of balance. And then we have the Four of Wands here that showed up. And a lot of times Four of Wands is a card of celebration. It can also be a card of marriage, the home. So maybe there's some conservativeness in the home, so for some of you who have families or you're married, or in long-term relationships, it's kind of like, there's almost like a standstill, emotionally and financially. Let's look more into this. What does Scorpio need to know about this? The Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Wands. What does Scorpio need to know about the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, Four of Cups? It's almost like you're just watching and observing and waiting. Yeah, because there's something it's confusing. Like there could be some changes in the home, changes in a relationship. And I feel like there's some masks that are falling away. There are some illusions that are being dismantled. And so because there's a bit of a shakeup or some changes there, or you can sense the changes are there, it's like you're trying to find some sense of control over the changes that are happening by holding on to your finances and kind of withdrawing emotionally. Like that's how you're able to maybe cope with some shifts and changes that are happening in a relationship or within some kind of foundation that is very like center stage for you in your life. Like for like a marriage, like if there's changes in a marriage and not really sure where this is going or what's going to happen, then it's like, again, it's like that natural instinct for one to want to find something to hold on to. What can I control? Because life feels out of control. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here. So there's a lot of like a stalemate is what I'm hearing. There's a stalemate and then being confused about what's going to happen. Let's keep going with this. What else do we need to know for Scorpio with the Seven of Cups? What does Scorpio need to know about the Seven of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and Four of Wands? Okay, so I'm hearing that you're safe and you're guided. You're protected. You don't have to be scared, I'm hearing. Wow, my goodness. Lovers. So this is a significant partnership. I really feel like this is a marriage. Okay, so what does Scorpio need to know about this marriage? It looks like, it looks like there's some assistance coming in, divine intervention. There's some assistance coming in, some prayer. I feel like there's a prayer that was put out, some kind of request or prayer. So there may be an inflow of money or some generosity or, something coming in. But I did feel like there is protection around you. Like everything is going to be okay. Something coming in to reassure you that everything is going to be okay. What else here? What else do we need to know with the Six of Pentacles and the Lovers? And it looks like if this is a relationship or in a marriage, it kind of looks like one person is a lot more conscious and aware, and the other one is not so conscious and aware. That's what it feels like, because they're drawing my attention to the two women, and one is blindfolded and the other one is not. And it kind of feels like one can see ahead. One can see what's happening. One can see beneath the surface of the changes. And the other one is just kind of going off of faith and hope that there's something there and something's going to work out and everything's going to be okay. But the other one is a lot more intuitive and tuned in. Wow. Yeah. There's just stagnancy, no movement. I'm trying to see if there's something what kind of can come out of this here. They're telling me to pull another deck. What deck do you want me to use? This one? Okay. I usually do this for the guidance cards, but I'll do this one for, I don't know why, but they're telling me to pick a card from this deck here. What do we need to know about this? What's an outcome? Okay, trust. I don't know, guys. Trust your heart. It doesn't really give an outcome, but trust your heart. What does your heart say? I'm hearing that, like, you know the truth, or you know the truth, you know the reality, just trust it. But I know that doesn't really. I feel like there's something here with money coming in, at least. I mean, I feel like I can pick up on at least that. I'm not sure about the dynamics of a relationship because they're not giving me much with that. But in terms of building, Scorpio, if you're building something, I feel like there's there's something coming in, like you're going to be able to reap the rewards of your hard work. Because you're the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So something you've invested in, so either yourself, your inner work, or something that you've built or created or planted a long time ago, has sparked like an idea of creating something new. And I feel like creating that new thing is going to help you to, is going to play into this dynamic somehow. It may help to relieve some of the worries or the pressure off of money, because I'm sensing there's anxiety around that. Okay, let me pick out some more clarifying cards for the Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands. Let's look into this, because I did see there were some opportunities and something coming in here. So let's look more into this. Can we clarify the Ace of Wands? Okay, so new beginnings and new risks. So there may be something here where you're taking some new risks, something being offered to you where it requires you to take a risk. And again, I see you being just very reserved or careful with how you respond. You may even take some time to think about something. But in the end, I see you taking some kind of opportunity, or, taking a leap of faith. Even if it feels like you don't have, it's like, even if you don't have all the answers or all the information, I see you trusting the process. Okay, let's go into the Six of Wands here. What else do we need to know about this? Yeah, so a lot of decisions, and also possibly movement, balance, movement. It may also make you feel a bit like, what the energy feels like is there's so much changing that you're almost not moving, because you don't know what direction you want to move in. It's almost like if the boat is rocking, you're just going to stand still until it stops rocking, and then you can walk. That's what it kind of feels like. So I think that you're kind of waiting for energy to settle, or something to settle, before you can make some major choices or decisions in what direction you want to go in. So it kind of feels like you're in between things right now. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, which is, sitting in contemplation. You're also spiritually growing, is what I'm hearing. You're spiritually growing, and you're definitely moving in another direction. And I think that your intuition is on fire. I mean, there's a lot of downloads and messages and insights that are coming in for you here. And I feel like for you, like the veil between this world and the spiritual world is very thin. right now for you. So that's what it feels like. So you're able to see, it's like you're able to see pretty far into what might come up for you. So I think that you're trying to balance where you are right now versus where you want to be. It's like it almost kind of feels like they're so different from each other that you don't know what to do, because where you're going, like you can see where you're going to be, but it almost kind of feels really far off from where you are right now. And so it kind of makes where you are right now a little bit uncomfortable, because you know that you're not going to be there for long, or there's something kind of wrapping up, or the energy is changing. So there's like this, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to stand here. That's what it feels like. And you know, do what I can. But yeah, so there's like this dissonance between what you can project for yourself in the future versus where you are right now. Okay, another guidance card for Scorpio for this week of November 29th to December 5th. Interesting. I feel like with this card, there is just a lot of releasing. So maybe this week you may find that you're releasing a lot of energy. You're releasing a lot of memories and a lot of, I'm also hearing the word acceptance. So there may be some things that you're learning to accept. You're learning to let go of. You're learning to really shift out of this place of hope. Like, you know, there may be some things where you're kind of throwing in a towel or giving up on, and that could be causing you a sense of sorrow. I'm also hearing that some of you are coming out of sorrow. That, you know, maybe some of you have spent quite a bit of time in sorrow. And I feel like that's changing for you now. Like you're choosing to no longer live your life in that space, and that you want to be happy and move into what makes you happy here. And it's almost like you are, okay. So in the challenge position, we have the soulmate card. So I feel like there's definitely some changes within a relationship here. Let's pick another one here. I'm also hearing the word lonely. Some of you may feel lonely, either in a relationship or like you are waiting for perhaps a soulmate. So let's pick another one. This is in your challenge position. Another one for Scorpio for the soulmate card. What does Scorpio need to know about the soulmate card? You know, it feels like it feels like a complicated energy. It feels like you know something, or you are able to see something, either within your relationship or something like another component to your life or your relationship that has to do with love and relationships in general. And maybe you're finding that, you know, something. It feels like there's some truth, like you're observing the reality of something, and it could be causing some disappointment or some sadness in you. But I feel like you're seeing the truth. You're seeing the truth of a connection here. What is something Scorpio can look forward to this week? What's something positive? Thinker and to the sea. I feel like you've spent a lot of time thinking about where you want to go from here. And I think that a lot of you are choosing to make some kind of movement in another direction. So as that happens, it could be that something else is kind of coming to an end, perhaps a relationship. or, maybe a break or some kind of separation. But also at the same time, it feels like you're also having your sights set on moving in another direction somewhere else. So there could be a possible move here for you. Some of you could be traveling as well. I feel like travel might start playing a big role for you in the near future. But there's definitely a shift in directions, a change in direction. And perhaps this week you may travel, you may move even. And some of you may also just find direction it may become clear in what direction you're going in. Things will become clear for you and where you're moving to. And I feel like it's something that you took a lot of time to think about. I think that you weren't impulsive about it. I feel like it's something that you really allowed yourself to contemplate and sit on and put the pieces together. So, this week there's something about you, Scorpio, where you're really being very careful with what you choose. It's like you're putting your foot down very carefully on each stone, making sure that that's the right stone that you want to step on. So, because I feel like that there's something important or significant shifting for you, and you want to make the right steps, make the right choices at the right time in the right way. That's what it feels like. So I think that this week, there'll just be a lot more clarity that comes in for you, and perhaps some new opportunities, which I see as really positive. And I see you taking those risks. I see you being very courageous and taking those risks. So as some things are coming to a close, perhaps, or changing at least, there's other things that are really beautifully coming in for you as you continue to shift your energy into something that's more in alignment for you. So very powerful and beautiful energy for you this week, Scorpio. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it helps to grow the channel, and it also helps me to tune into your energy better. And I will see you for next week. Bye, Scorpio.